One more alarm: asset stripping. The burning house of Lugard, the world calls Nigeria, is heading to its demise. Those who came to take it for themselves are doing all kinds of things to take all the important economic assets for themselves. And so, whether you were looking at the ports and the concessions behind the ports, or the oil and gas and the distribution of the oil blocks, or the bitumen and the limestone and the concessions, to whom were these things allotted? From whom were these things taken? Looking at this map, put all the beneficiaries of the allocations on this map and put the owners of the assets and the locations of the assets on this map, so you can see what we mean by asset stripping. And all by the instrumentality of the 1999 Constitution, particularly the exclusive list that confiscates those assets and make it property of federal government, which in itself is exclusively owned now and controlled by the Fulani. Fulani owns federal government owns the assets, and the Constitution is the mechanism by which it is now codified into law. Nobody can challenge it. Exclusive. Don't talk, don't come there. The latest of the assets being confiscated on account of that Constitution, big assets, the huge gas deposits in eastern Nigeria, the one you call the southeast, Igbo land. Suddenly, there is a pipeline being laid to land in Kano industrial area and then taken across the North African stretch through the Mediterranean to supply gas to Europe. I'm sure we recall the gas project, the pipeline project from which China pulled off not long ago, when Ninas raised alarm about the foreign loans that were being taken recklessly all over the place. Then we remember recently that Buhari was boasting about how they were going to boost the economy of Nigeria by switching over to gas. Of course, the oil, the global, how will I even describe it, campaign of beating down, where they say hydrocarbons, no longer, the importance of oil is being deliberately diminished. Yes, there are technologies that are replacing aspects of it. It's being deliberately exaggerated, that it's not of any importance anymore. While that is going on, gas is going to be the replacement, and eastern Nigeria has so much of it you can't believe. But Nigeria, that is the Caliphate Nigeria, the one Nigeria that is unitary Nigeria, as imposed by that Constitution, has become the owner of that gas. So the eastern Nigeria that requires that same gas for its industrialization, Newi is lying prostrate, Port Harcourt, let's even leave Port Harcourt of it, Aba is dead, Onitsha is dead. All of the, what should have been the industrial complex of eastern Nigeria, and if you ask me, it will extend all the way to Port Harcourt, extend to Tinapa and all of that. But no, nobody from those 11 states will have any stake or say in what will happen to that gas. The owners of Nigeria are going to pipe that gas, land in Kano industrial area for themselves, leaving the East in the ruins of the war of 1967 to 1970. The infrastructure that got damaged, the Oji River, powered by coal that's been shut down for over 30 years and all of that. But Naji and his power plant in Aba will still have to struggle for how to get, but this gas will have to now go to wherever they will use some part and sell the other side to the outside world. And so this broadcast is to alert the rest of us that the same people who took the oil and gas assets of the Niger Delta and allotted as oil blocks to their own members, who took half of the port of Port Harcourt and allotted to Inters, owned by Atiku today, that took half of port of Lagos to allot to Dangote, who doesn't deal with customs other than at his own convenience. The same people who have licensed Dangote in monopoly to build refinery, because all these things, the ports, the oil, the gas, the solid mineral, are all on that exclusive list. Not just the materials themselves, but the power to work them. So it's one thing to seize oil and gas. It's yet another to seize the power to refine, because Lagos could buy crude from whoever has crude and license people to, Lagos could be the one licensing people to set up refineries, not federal government to license Dangote monopoly like we have seen. Refinery of oil and fertilizer. As long as the basis of that project is the seizure of the oil and gas assets of the owners, and now allotting the product of that seizure or the object of that seizure to one of their own, that refinery is not our project, it is their project. The 4 refineries that Nigeria should be, they decided to, the federal government, okay, only we can refine petroleum, only we can generate electricity, only we can provide security. All of those things seized by the exclusive list, the economic assets, the ports, the limestone of Benue that has turned Dangote to the richest man in Africa. The limestone, all the places that are turned his cousin, the one that does Boa Cement in Sokoto, all of those things are seizures, asset stripping, taking away what belongs to the indigenous peoples that can be quantified in billions and billions of dollars, just seizing them by instrumentality of constitution and allotting them to the scions, the sons of the Caliphate. This gas of eastern Nigeria, which is now, finding even a new market circle in Europe on account of the war between Russia and Ukraine. That's what has brought them to the urgency of doing it now. But we can see it's all a continuation of the asset stripping that touch all the economic assets of southern Nigeria and the Middle Belt. We have a chance to halt that madness and recover our assets, to begin to reconstruct and rebuild our spaces. If we take down that constitution, we have a chance to take down that constitution if we do what Nina has asked us to do today. Just shut down the journey to the election. That constitution collapses, and with it, the stranglehold of that caliphate. The hand of that caliphate is broken for the oil and gas of Niger Delta. It falls back to them and their sovereignty. The hand of the caliphate is broken for the port facilities of Lagos and everything else they've seized from Yoruba land, with Yoruba sovereignty dropping back for them. The same thing in the eastern side, the same thing in the Middle Belt, all the solid minerals. So it is a choice we have to make. Everything that has been tormenting us, that make us slaves in our homeland, is flowing from that constitution. The impoverishment in which we are now to be begging with bowl in Abuja every month for small portions of what was taken from all of us, whether it came from oil and gas or the ports of Lagos or the VAT that we all contribute. That is where the problem is. But there's a chance to upturn that situation by taking down that constitution. And all that is left after these 22 years of working out a framework for taking down that constitution, what is left is to stop the journey for the renewal slated for 2023. If we do that little part, we will recover our sovereignty, our assets, and our right to rebuild our society and be part of the 21st century. Thank you for listening.